For the first time in my life, I was officially diagnosed with depression and anxiety. This was just a few years ago. It was a bit of a shock to the system. I was constantly crying, didn't want to leave the house, and if I had to, I do have dogs after all, I would avoid eye contact with strangers. I was on edge all the time, and I didn't know why. It was right at the end of 2020, and we all know how that year went. I'd been sick, lost a great deal of income, had barely sold any books due to lack of marketing, due to said illness. There's that vicious cycle. My body was racked with exhaustion and pain, and naturally, due to the lack of income and loss of income, I became more paranoid and more anxious and more tense. It was a never-ending cycle. Don't listen to the news, my friends would tell me. You're not surrounded by the right people, and so forth. And they were right. They were all right. I'd moved across the country to be closer to a workspace I had, where all my antiques, old books, and lovely furniture were stored. I never thought to consider if this new part of the country would be right for me. It wasn't. But what it did teach me was, you can meet the most amazing people in the most depressing circumstances. People who will genuinely change your life, and who care, and who are just as baffled by everything going on around you. They will be your allies, but you have to be open to receiving them. I did make two very good friends at that time. One needed saving herself, and she's on the up and up, and that's wonderful to see. My other friend had experienced it all, and he saw the warning signs. Anytime he wanted to talk, he said. Even though we've only just seen each other a few times in the last 2 years, he has been amazing. Just knowing someone else has been through what I was going through was an eye-opener. At the time, I felt weak. I'm from a culture that doesn't really acknowledge depression. What would I have had to be depressed about? Imagine admitting to my family that I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. I'd have been laughed out of the room. Not due to spite or some other uncaring reason, but I was fed, I was loved, I had amazing friends, I was healthy, I had amazing dogs, I had choices, which was missing in the lives of so many people. I could come and go as I pleased. I was young, I was beautiful, and I was healthy. What more could you possibly want? My answer to that question is it's never that simple. That's not how the brain works. There had been a lot of incidents that led up to that diagnosis. I'm glad to say I've been through the worst of it, and I'm on the other side. And for that, I'm simply grateful.